Hunter, thanks for the time. You are the third member of the Houston Astros to win the coveted Pitch Hand Award, and I believe you have the trophy there in your possession. Is that? Hey, let's go.
Right here, ready to go.
Awesome, ready to go.
I mean, what are the chances that ends up in the trash?
Don't say that.
No, low, super low. I appreciate it. It's awesome.
I mean,
Great quality.
nobody's been better than Hunter, but you would have given it to him if his ERA was 9.
No.
Yes,
No, you look at some of the underlying metrics.
Yes.
His FIP, his all the other things that I can't think of right now. And also there's hashtag other factors involved, Lauren. And shout out to Gene and the Astros for getting it done.
Hunter, I remember you bursting on the scene. Some starts were great and others you would talk about how things weren't right. What's been the biggest adjustment in this ascent of yours that we're seeing?
Yeah, I think just being confident in your pitch mix, right? Like, you can go into a lineup with plan A, but, sometimes things change and you got to be able to rely on certain weapons on any given day. And, so far this season, I feel confident I've been able to do that and be able to keep that rolling forward.
Hunter, you came up Division II. You go get drafted by the Astros. They decide or they urge you to go with that high fastball, the four-seamer, and then something down in the zone. And that's what you worked with, that's what you used, and you had success with it. But then at some point, you decide to go back to the sinker, to that two-seam fastball. And I read in the ESPN article that Jeff Passan did on you that pitch really unlocked so much. Take us inside about that process and how you ultimately decided I need to go back to the sinker.
Yeah, so, when I first came up, I was kind of in the bullpen role a little bit, and I was able to just kind of rely on my four-seam curveball like I did in the minor leagues. And then, fast forward some time later, the book starts getting out. Guys stop chasing my curveball down, stop chasing my fastball up. And I was like, all right, I need something that I can, use to kind of mix that up. So I went around the clubhouse, talked to great players like Altuve, Pena, Bregman, Mauricio Dubon. They start saying, hey, man, maybe if you can start busting some of these righties inside. And, so I kind of I ran with it. And, I did post a 9 in a month and did not get the Pitch Hand Award. So I did have to make a change.
Wait, so you would go up to your teammates and say, if you were facing me, what would you expect? That was the conversation.
I love that.
Yeah, I mean, I was throwing 96, 97 still. I thought my curveball was still the same, and I was just kind of getting barreled. I'm like, my stuff I think is better than this, so there's got to be something else going on, So nobody better to ask than the guys in the clubhouse that are out there seeing stuff like that all the time and, able to chime in and help me out.
I want to talk to you about pitching with emotion. If you feel like it's a good or bad. When I watch you, I can tell you're trying to, hold it back a little bit. Like, you want to let go. Talk to me about that. Has that been a work in progress for you to kind of stay, a little bit more calm on the mound?
I think it's a little bit of both, right? Like there's certain times, right? Like mostly as a pitcher, I think guys talk about it you want to get fired up when you're done. You do it in the first inning. It's a little bit hard to keep that up. So, I mean, but, there's certain times in the game, right, where it's big spot, big situation, and, maybe you get that big whiff or get out of a jam. You definitely – it fires you up. These guys are out here with you. You want to, show that you're out here giving it your all and you're going to battle with these guys.
Hunter, you got a chance to play with one of the best to ever do it in Justin Verlander. What were some of the things he taught you, and what are some of the things advice that you had asked him?
Yeah, I mean, JV, like you said, one of the best to ever do it. I think he instilled in me that pitch to pitch, right? Like if you get balled up on a good pitch, that's okay. You got the stuff to make it happen. You can pitch behind in the counts, you can pitch ahead in the counts, and quite frankly, if a guy gets a dinker hit off you, you can get a big punch out when you need it. So I think just kind of building off that was the biggest thing I took from him. And then, that guy's more prepared than anybody I've ever been around on the mound. So just kind of watching him go through his preparation and try and take little bits from that and then apply it to my own game, my own preparation has been huge for me.
Let me ask you about another member of that pitching staff, Lance McCullers, returning over the weekend. First time since the 2022 World Series. What did you think? What was that like watching him back on the mound?
Oh man, I was just so happy for him. To be able to. I've obviously been around him, and I can't imagine just how difficult that is to grind for over 2 years. In the rehab process, and then just come out. He's so nasty, banger changeups. It was unbelievable to see. It's good. It's good to have him back. And it's good for the team and the city of Houston as well.
I understand that there's a big crowd. There's a big crowd forming. Wow, look at that. All for you. All for you, Hunter Brown. That's right.
That's the pitch hand audience.
It's weather day here. They're lighting off fireworks and rockets and stuff, so these kids are fired up.
Did you happen to see any ghosts last night while you were sleeping?
At the Fister?
No. We're at a different hotel. I think some guys were worried about that. They kept us out of there.
They should take this interview to the house so everyone can hear it. Hey, Hunter, Robert is a Houstonian, and he makes a statement all the time. We live in New York City. He says Houston has the best pizza in the country. Confirm or deny?
That's fair. That's accurate.
So I got to reach out to this place. It's called Gold Tooth Tony's Detroit Style Pizza, but it's in Houston. Best pizza I've ever had. I'm trying to get something worked out, maybe do a commercial for them, so this could very well help me out with that.
10%. I just led you there.
Yeah.
Gold Tooth Tony, electric name, electric factory pizza. They bring
you
the
had
energy.
a Gold Tooth
It's
Tony,
great.
didn't you? In your family, Gold Tooth Tony?
It's on cousin Ronnie.
Oh,
Cousin Ronnie had a gold tooth.
Hey, speaking of commercials, now it's time for Fun in the Field rituals celebrated by Banana Boat. Hunter, do you or any of your teammates have any favorite rituals, either on your team or maybe in past years that you've played with?
Ooh, I gotta think of that one. No, I mean, like today, I guess just a day game. You're just trying not to get out caffeinated by the other team. Just want to really get the coffee down, bring the energy.
There you go. Hey, and lastly, how'd you get the nickname Diesel?
Isn't that your nickname?
That's also my nickname in high school. But how did you get it?
It was back in AAA. We had like a 4 a.m. flight. I was putting down pre-workout, and my teammate Pete Solomon was like, "Dude, you're crazy. It's 3:30 in the morning. What are you doing?" And I said, "Man, if you put diesel in, you get diesel out. I need it today." And ever since that moment, they start calling me Diesel.
That's it right there. That's it.
Hey, Hunter, keep your phone close.
That's a T-shirt. That is a T-shirt right there.
Put diesel in, get diesel out.
So great.
I'll tell you my story about how I got the nickname Diesel a little bit later, but
It's not for air.
public
What are you
consumption.
banging out for breakfast?
Today I got coffee and fruit. I'm about to go in and have some scrambled eggs in a second, but right now I'm just rolling off the coffee and some strawberries.
Get out of there. There's kids everywhere.
Yeah. Hunter, thank you very much for the time. Congratulations on your hot start. Best of luck today against the Brewers and moving forward.
Thank you guys. Appreciate it. Thanks for having me.
Guys.